want to help people deal with their difficult childhood, why wouldn't you just find someone who had a difficult childhood? Because as the psychology of that is that you don't really have to help that person, do you? The other big deal about their lie is that they said that they didn't expect me, they didn't deal with me as a Black person. They dealt with me, as they said, as a white person. So they said they were putting, straight face, images in my head that I would see myself as a white woman. What? Images in my head, so I would see myself as a white woman. Why would I see myself as a white woman? I wouldn't. But I want to ask them, is that what you're doing to white women? So when we're talking about the different layers of mind control, it's not just important for me as a Black person, as a woman, as somebody who grew up in the 70s and 80s. They say, why do I say I grew up in the 80s? Well, I think I was 5 in 1979. So I think a 5-year-old isn't really growing up in the 70s. I'm growing up in the 80s when I'm aware. And I think a lot of other people my age call ourselves 80s kids. We don't call ourselves 70s kids because I don't know. Again, I would be like this. I would be a nut if I listened to every question they have. But as an 80s kid, I think what we saw on television was starting to reflect us. So we started to see shows about us. So there were Black kids in the shows, there were white kids in the shows, Latino, Asian, and I didn't have to say there isn't a Black person. So if by some chance I looked at a TV show and there's no Black person, I would still have an awareness of my Blackness. And I'm going to call this video Awareness of Blackness, and because that has a complete different psychology to it, where I'm aware that I'm a female, I'm aware